This is section 7.6. We're going to use sine and cosine, and we're going to find the value of a variable that's in the numerator. So now that we're looking at sine and cosine, you need to know when to use sine and cosine opposed to when to use tangent, so on and so forth. So you have a right triangle, that's first and foremost. We have an acute angle. This side over here, that's our opposite leg. We want that. This side that's given, that's our hypotenuse. So if we're using this angle, which trig function uses the opposite and the hypotenuse? Remember this little trick. Opposite hypotenuse means use sine. That's the first decision that you have to make. Now from here, you solve the same way we've been solving with tangent. Your angle measure goes in the parentheses. Your opposite is your numerator, your hypotenuse is your denominator. And when the unknown is up top, you multiply. So we're going to do 12 sine 57. I'll type that in my calculator. Sine 57. That gives me 10.06. Now I'm solving for my long leg. 10.06 makes sense to me. It's less than the hypotenuse, and there's still a good chance that it's bigger than this short leg. Number 2, let's find the value of y. We have this acute angle. It's a right triangle. Do that first. It's a right triangle. You have this acute angle. This is your adjacent leg. This is your hypotenuse. We need to decide which trig function to use, sine, cosine, or tangent. If you're using this acute angle, adjacent and hypotenuse means use cosine. So that's your first decision. Cosine of 29 equals your adjacent over your hypotenuse. Notice again how your variable is up top. So to find it, you multiply. 18 cosine 29 gives you 15.74. Now, if you're cool with solving these this way, that's great, because this is pretty simple. It follows what we did with tangent very well. Now, there may be some times where you might not want to use this 57. Maybe instead you want to use this 33. Notice how that changes. If you're going to use this 33-degree angle, this leg is now the adjacent leg, and this is the hypotenuse. So you would use cosine instead. So cosine of 33 would then be your opposite over your hypotenuse. Notice how you're still multiplying. 12 cosine 33. Take a guess what that's going to equal. 12 cosine 33. It gives me the same 10.06. That should not surprise you. It's the same leg. Okay. Same thing over here. If you don't want to use this 29-degree angle for some reason, you could use the 61-degree angle. That changes this leg to the opposite. That's still the hypotenuse that you have, so we're going to use sine. Sine of 61 equals y over 18. We know that y is going to be 18 times sine of 61. You shouldn't be surprised, but you get the same answer, 15.74. So you don't have to do it this way. You obviously don't have to do it both ways, but you don't have to do it this second way at all if you understand this way. But I just wanted to show you that the options are there for you to do it that way.